my dream job. I've been getting the munyan. Isn't that what the kids say, the munyan? Maybe nobody says that. In your 20s, you just walk outside and boop, a man just attaches himself to you like a magnet. In your 30s, you like, hello, is anyone out there? The biggest thing is definitely losing my mom. And I asked her, I said, Mom, is this something I need to come back for? I don't see myself living anywhere else except for Mexico. She's back! Now that I'm looking at myself in the camera, I'm like, girl, you could have put a little bit of foundation on. But no, I'm gonna give it to y'all just like I've been giving it to y'all. Bull lashes, blemishes, and all. Anywho, the last video I made was 2 years ago. So much has happened in the past 2 years. My whole social media presence started with YouTube. Started with me living in China, doing YouTube videos every other day. And then my other platforms took off and I was like, bye YouTube, it's been real. But no, I wanna come back now and just start sharing more of my journey. If you are new here, my name is Karina. I am a travel content creator and educator who is living, teaching, and thriving here in Mexico. I travel the world, but Mexico is home for me. It's been home for me since 2021, so 4 years. And I love my life here. But I'm gonna catch y'all up on everything. The biggest thing is definitely losing my mom in October of last year, so it's been 10 months. Dealing with the grief and the guilt behind living in a different country and wondering, should I have returned? January of next year, I will be a permanent resident of Mexico. I'm excited about building my forever home here. To be honest with you, I don't see myself living anywhere else except for Mexico. Mexico has just been that good to me. The hardest thing about living in Mexico for me right now is the fact that I feel so much guilt about choosing myself. And I used to say this all the time. The only reasons why I would move back to the States is if I had a rich man who was like, baby, I'm gonna build you a house in Mexico and I'm gonna build you a house in the States. Or if it has something to do with my family. And I always said that. And then my mom passed away October 1st, and September the 26th, 4 days before she passed, she was in the hospital. And I asked her, I said, Mom, is this something I need to come back for? And she was like, no, girl, like, no. When I think about it now, I feel like I was so relieved that she said, no, you didn't have to come back, because I did not want to go back. I have not done this in so long that I forgot, girl, it's getting dark outside. You're going to need your ring light. Now I'm all shiny and stuff. But yeah, since my mom passed away, it made me realize that I'm just not interested in moving back to the States. Even if I had a rich husband, he would just have to move to Mexico. Like, baby, I'm sorry. I can't do it for you. I'm actually dating a guy now who lives in Atlanta, and I'm just like, he don't know it yet, but baby, you're going to have to move to Mexico for this to work. Now, beyond the heavy part, I have learned a lot about myself too when it comes to dating and what I like and what I don't like. When I tell you it's because of these bumps I have experienced in the dating world. Dating in my 30s is more fun than it was in my 20s, but I also think it's because the guys I'm dating have more money, and so do I. But I feel like in my 20s, it was easier. It just felt like in your 20s, you just walk outside and boop, a man just attaches himself to you like a magnet. In your 30s, you like, hello, is anyone out there? You browsing the streets for hours on end, and there's no man in sight. Well, no single man. I've learned that being equally yoked is extremely important to me. But in addition to that, a man having financial freedom is also important to me. If I'm like, baby, let's go, you got to be able to be like, but I have been enjoying the dating life. And let me say this, I am a huge advocate for dating abroad and dating online, because some people will try to shame you. You dating online? How old are you? Baby girl, at my age, all I do is go to work, go to church, go to the supermarket. And when I'm not traveling, those are 3 things. So there's that. I have noticed in the past, especially 2 years, that there are moments when I'm like, girl, you are 35. Well, now I'm saying you're going to be 36 in less than 2 months. Knock it off. Go ahead and get married. And then I'm like, you know what? No. There are people like Janet Jackson. Look at Ashanti. But then I'm also like, but they got different money. You don't have Ashanti and Janet Jackson money. So I don't know, but I always tell myself, you know what? Don't rush it. Continue accomplishing your goals. If it's meant to be, it'll be. Now, career-wise, let's get into it. I've come a long way from my YouTube videos. Y'all remember when I used to do those lovely wholesale clothing hauls? I was doing them and I was doing them for free. I was so happy. I got clothes. Every month I got new clothes. Clothes and exposure doesn't pay the bills, honey. The past 2 years, I've been blessed to partner with some amazing brands and tourism boards. But I've worked with like Tom's, Kayak, Tinder. Where did I just come from last week? Massachusetts, Cape Cod to be exact, because I went whale watching there, y'all, and that was a bucket list item for me, like to go whale watching and see whales. These are the things I read about. These are the things I saw on TV, National Geographic, Animal Planet. And it makes me so emotional because I am blessed to live a life where I get to see these things with my own 2 eyes. And then I get to share them with people and inspire them to also see these things. I built my dream job. Now Big Mama don't work for free. So looking ahead, there's so much I want to do. I want to start working on building my forever home in Playa del Carmen. I am working on a group trip to Thailand. So if you ain't never been to Thailand, or if you want to go back to Thailand and you want to go with me in April of next year, it is linked in my bio. But honestly, the last 2 years have been filled with joy, peace, success, heartbreak, loss. But I'm making my way through it, and I'm learning how to move forward and not just move on. I'm glad to be back so I can bring you guys along for the ride. I know when people do their videos, usually they got a nice backdrop, and me, not so much. I just came in my guest bedroom and was like, let me just stay here because I did not feel like cleaning up my room. But I'm glad to take y'all with me, and I don't even know how to say goodbye. Am I supposed to say like, ciao, until next time?